on the drawing board. And we'll look ahead and...
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Michigan Replay. The final 1914 Michigan defeats Illinois in Champaign on Saturday, and Mo, winning on the road off an emotional loss to Penn State a week ago. The victory over Illinois was huge.
Oh, there's no question about it, Jim. And we knew, excuse me, going there that it wasn't going to be easy. And I told the kids before we went, you know, maybe that's exactly the kind of game we needed, because we're going to find out our character and our toughness. And I think our kids fought in a very hard-hitting football game.
Hard-hitting football game, and defensively, you said it last week after Penn State, you got to stop the run. And against Illinois, you stopped the run.
Exactly, and that's the one thing we wanted to do, is establish the running game and stop them from running. And I thought our defense did a good job. Where we're self-destructing, Jim, is down inside the 20 when we get an opportunity to score. This is coaching right here, Jim, when you teach your quarterback to run. And, you know, as good as it looks, Todd Collins really played aggressive football today and was happy to see that. I get nervous every time he runs, though, because we can ill afford to lose him.
But he does this awful well.
Right. He threw it well, and Amani did a good job running that route, and we got a big pickup of over 30 yards there, so that really helps.
Wheatley gets to the middle. It looked like he had bigger holes sometimes, and they were closing up on you.
Right. Then we get down. Yes, we did have some. I think we missed some cuts in there, really. Then we get down in there, and we get a penalty. So, again, we had to settle for the field goal, and Remy was hitting the field goals well. He kicked 5 times today and made 4 of them.
Got some pressure on Johnson, the quarterback here. Big sack by Steele.
Yeah, Glenn Steele, and I think that helps motivate every young kid, and it's his first of the year, and obviously it was a big, big sack.
3rd and 6 situation here, and you use the tight end. Collins does a nice job, and great job by Reamersma here, leveling it off and getting to that first down stick.
He did that about 4 times in this game where he caught passes and just made the first down, and obviously that's very big.
Move to the second quarter. Collins again over the middle. This was after big penalties again.
2 big penalties after we got down in scoring range, and then we come up about 4 yards short. Except that was a great job by Todd getting up in the pocket and Mercury making a great catch there to put us in field goal range.
Give you a 6-0 lead, then they change quarterbacks and go to Weaver, and all of a sudden they get a fire lit.
Right, they just get a first down there by a couple yards. They stuck it in between 2 zone defenders. Then they come back. They were going to throw to the right, then he heaved one down the middle, and their kid grabbed it for 35 yards or so, right down to our 2-yard line.
And then on the touchdown play next, you get a breakdown in a blitz.
Right, we had a blitz coming here, and our one guy stopped and didn't come, or I think we'd have sacked him. Then he scrambles around and finds an open receiver in the corner of the end zone, and they go up 7-6.
Touchdown makes Illinois 7-6 second quarter. Their big crowd is back into the ball game. But then you come back just before the half.
Big play here. Todd fakes a handoff and rolls back. Amani should have held on to this ball, and it doesn't appear there, but he got shoved in the middle of the back, and the officials saw it, fortunately, and called it. But we had a chance there to not only get the penalty, but also make the play.
3rd and 12. Again, good play by Todd Collins.
Right.
But here's the play in the end zone. You don't get the call here.
Right, I thought Mercury got knocked down here. You can see him, and normally he isn't going to stumble like that, and they come up with the interception.
They get the interception, but right before the half, you got him in a big, deep situation. You make a great sack here, almost get a
safety.
safety.
The ball comes loose. You know, the ball's rolling around there before he hits, but they didn't call it that
They
way.
didn't call it a fumble. But that gives you good field position and allows you the opportunity to get something going just before the half. Wheatley rips off the yardage here.
Right. And we're getting a good field goal range there, and then we get knocked back out. We had to kick, scoring position, then we had to settle again for the field goal. We have to confront the problem, and I don't know exactly everything it is. Penalties are a big problem down there.
Especially when you get in the red zone.
Well, every time in every game we get that, all the flags start coming out when we get down there, and we got to do a better job of that. And we got to make 5 opportunities down there, and we come away with 4 field goals. We got to score twice there. Then it in the game.
I was going to say, if you score twice, get into the end zone, game's over a lot earlier than it turned out to be.
Right, but we got to make things happen down there, and we got to give that some close attention.
Self-destruction, that's something you definitely don't want. But the Wolverines still had a lead at half, 9-7. We'll be back to show you the second half, but first we're going to hear from that scrambling quarterback on Saturday.
They were coming pretty hard on the ends, like Simeon Rice, and they left the middle open, so I proved to these guys I could run a little bit.
week, we didn't do that. You know, anytime you're going to turn the ball over, you stop to run, you're going to win the game, and that's how it turned out today. And you know, it was a great thing for our defense.
The Wolverines at halftime led 9-7 at Illinois on Saturday, and you had to be a little bit anxious at halftime, even though you got the 2-point lead.
Right. Still knowing, though, that we were stopping the rush, as Steve just indicated there. Then we came up with a couple turnovers, and we only had that one interception, Jim, where we turned it over to them. So
opening up the second half, you get possession, go 3 and out, but then the defense comes up big on their first possession of the second half.
Safety blitz here by Clarence Thompson was a big one. We had dropped a pass on our first drive, and then Clarence had it, and this is the play, and it was really a great play by Amani Toomer, but he picks up a lot of great blocks on this play.
This is the punt return that
right
really
there,
is
they
the
start
difference.
coming up, Jim, right there, and then there's 2 of them right there, really. And there's another one where we peel him, and Amani did a great job. You see, I think he's starting to run out of gas there, but that's a long run.
Well, that gives you the 16-7 lead and some breathing room and allows you to play a little different game in a lot of ways.
Exactly. When you get that, you're able to use the clock. And the good thing here, Jim, I think we had the ball 36 minutes to their 23-something, so that was big. Todd did a great job scrambling, and we can laugh about all you want. It's a great weapon, and we just got to make sure that he doesn't get banged up when he's doing it.
A great weapon. It is one of those things that, you know, you haven't really shown all year, and Todd does it and does a great job with it. Then he hits a great pass to the tight end. Then Eddie Davis came in and gave you a real lift.
Eddie Davis came in and was super. I mean, he made some great shallow cuts in there, good quick ones. Then we get another penalty, and we got to settle for a field goal to make it 19-7. And that was good right there. Now we need to score one more somehow, and we're going to be in good shape.
19-7 the score. Then Illinois comes back, go over the middle and hit a big pass on you.
Strong for 15 there, and then they come out of the shotgun again, and they hit Fisher here for 12.
They're starting to move the ball on you. And again, it's mostly through the air, though. You've basically forced them to throw.
Right. And when they did run, I think because we were stuffing them inside a little bit at center right here, they just fumbled the ball. And they get a little anxious. The ball comes loose, and we get it. And obviously, that's a big fumble there. And again, a good opportunity to go into the fourth quarter with a decent lead.
A decent lead indeed. You go to the fourth quarter, and you've got the lead, and you're starting to control the ball, and you're running the ball well. Davis again goes up the middle.
Right. This is a dominating feeling here, and I just think he did a great job there.
And again, great catch on 3rd and 4 by Amani Toomer. He makes catches deep, makes catches short. The problem is you missed the field goal that really would have put him in a bind.
Right. Just hit the pole again. We had one of those last week, but Remy's got to get that in there. But he did kick well, but it's nice when you make them all.
Now they come back, start moving the ball. Here's a 2nd and short. You stop them, and then on 3rd down, they throw an incomplete pass. You get the ball back, can't do anything with it. That gives them the opportunity to come back again.
Right. That was a big play on 2nd and short by Morris, and then we give them too much time, them scrambling out of the pocket, throwing down the middle to Dulick.
They come down, and here they are on a 3rd and 10 play, and this is the scramble by their quarterback, Weaver. And he's not the guy you figure's the scrambler. Johnson normally the scrambler, but he makes a big play out of it. Then here's a 3rd and 29. I thought this was the game at this point, but it turned out not to be.
Right. We had a 3rd and 29. They throw one up. Ty Law picks it off, and we were called for head slapping, and it gave them an automatic first down because they ruled was prior to the pass being thrown, which it shows it wasn't, but at the same time, it gives them great field position and opportunity to go down and score, and they take advantage of it.
Well, from 3rd and 29, the personal foul gives them a first down. So then they move the ball down and pass to Dulick. Now here's the touchdown with about 4.5 minutes left, and it's a game again.
Right. Exactly. That's a big one. We had a breakdown. That was very similar to happen to us last week on a 2-point play, and that should have been taken away from them.
You get the ball back at the 20. This is a great game-closing drive here.
Right.
Big pass there to Jay Reamersma, your tight end, on 1st and 10.
1st and 10, and 2nd and 4, we'd run Wheatley up inside, and he picks up about 6, gives us a first down. Now we're trying to use the clock, and the big one here was on 3rd and 8, and I thought Todd did a great job in here stepping up, finding Jay falling for the first down, and that basically puts it away.
You had forced them to use their timeouts on defense. It was 19-14. You put it away with that one. And our Norwegian Cruise Line play of the game, well, is there any question?
I
This
think
is
it's
it.
very obvious, right. Monty had to go a long way to get to the wall. He ran for a 70-yarder, but I think he ran about 100 yards to get there.
Great block, downfield, and Amani turns it in, gets the touchdown out of it, and that really was the difference in the game, the special teams punt return for the score. And again, you've been involved in so many close games, and everybody keeps thinking back, the Colorado situation last year against Illinois, when they're within a touchdown. That last drive had to be really gratifying for you.
Right, and you can imagine, Jim, how many times we kept reminding those backs to hang on to the football and stay in bounds. And they felt comfortable out there today, but we talked to them a lot about that.
The other thing you said after the game, you said, I was thinking of running that ball on 3rd and 8 and then kicking it away. And you had some different opinions on the sideline.
Right. We had some conversations between the coaches, and maybe it'd be best to run it and hang on the ball and punt it away. But there were 2 minutes, and I think when you got a veteran quarterback and he knows what he's doing out there, you better use him. And so in this case, it worked out well, but you never know.
If the ball gets tipped in the air and they intercept, people are all over you again, though.
Exactly,
so you made the play, and you got to make plays in big games in order to win big games.
Right. 2 guys in Todd Collins and Jay Remersma really came through in those circumstances. But that's when you have a mature quarterback, you can take advantage of him sometime, and obviously you got to give him the credit.
Give him the credit. He ran the ball well. The other thing I know that you're a little concerned about, offensively, you blocked him better than you thought you did, and you just didn't get as many yards as you wanted to against a very good run defense.
Right. I don't think we found the seams. After reviewing the film, I thought we blocked them much better. We still gained 200 yards, but, maybe we should have been closer to 250 or so, and that's a very fine defense. And you got to give them credit, but it was a hard-hitting game, Jim.
It was a hard-hitting game, but it was a victory for Michigan, and that was what was all important. Don't go away. We'll come back and play a little tennis on Michigan Replay. That's next when we come back.
They had a great defense, but I think our offense, when it's working, when it's clicking on all cylinders, is one of the best in the nation. So I think that it was just 2 great, great offense and a great defense out there, and we came out on top.
What? An overflow of alums and former players showed up at Dave and Doreen Hermelin's house in suburban Detroit to help start the fundraising effort. Those in attendance heard a simple but straightforward message about the new facility.
We don't want to be any longer in a position where everybody says everything at the University of Michigan is great, except there are no exceptions at Michigan, and we don't want the tennis facility to be one of those, and we're not going to let it be.
Besides the image, the new varsity tennis complex will provide other benefits for the entire university, not to mention upgrading an already excellent tennis program.
Well, clearly we want the University of Michigan to remain #1, not only academically but athletically as well. And to do that, we need to take on new initiatives. And we've got a great tennis team, of course, and they've been working in sort of second-class facilities for a long time. This is a chance to make our tennis program #1, add to the university, and to allow other people to participate in it.
It enables U of M to compete and get the best players here. And some of the little things that are going into it, like video cameras behind each indoor court.
And a lot of that's because of being here at the University of Michigan and being able to just nurture my game through, through my younger years. I mean, without it, heck, I wouldn't be where I am right now. The teams have proven that, hey, we really deserve, a top-rate tennis facility. And heck, the facility we have now, at one time, it was very nice, but but now it's time to, I think it's
the Rose Bowl, and they'll be fired up for us, and we just got to get ready, get back and work hard this week in practice.
Nebraska